Hello, humans. I brought a friend. I have a friend.
It's true.
I have more than one. I have one.
She's
I
got
was
many.
I was so proud of having one that I had to show you. I had to show you all as many times. Like still, I haven't scared her off yet. I have one for. Anyways, I hope you guys can I have can you hear me? I'm sure since nobody has yelled yet that you can't hear me, I'm guessing you can. As usual, if you guys are at Facebook and you want to watch this somewhere that's not Facebook, please go join at Twitch or at YouTube. If there's another way you can support the channel and not be on Facebook, because as we all know, Facebook's the devil. Also, if you're in Australia and you're terrified, thank you for the clarification that you can hear me. Always appreciate it, because I figured by now someone would have been like, what are you so Yvette? I'm waiting for one day everyone in Discord just to like sit there and plot before I get there. Just tell her we can't hear her. Just keep saying it like for 20 minutes. Be like, nah, your audio's not working. We're just gonna keep fucking with her.
Hopefully we don't get that bored.
But if you're already on Twitch, if you're someone who likes watching your Twitch streamers, as do I, just head over to that's another way you can support the channel is subscribing to me on Twitch and watching there. And that's like I'm trying to start my life as a Twitch gaming cat girl. Like I'm getting the wig collection, I have the ear collection, we're working on it. So other ways we can connect and just get the fuck off of Facebook. I'm working on I'm plotting my escape is what I'm saying. I want to take this caption off the screen though, just so that you can see all of us. Anyways, as has been mentioned, so couple quick updates, majiggers. So y'all, as you guys who are on my Discord server know, you guys bought me you guys keep buying the high ticket items off of my Amazon wish list, which thank you. And I'm shocked, and having grown up poor, I'm like, what? People can just be nice? And people buy me that? What? And thank you. The chair showed up, and there's a very adorable picture that I posted of me like grabbing onto the box, and my husband's gonna start he has claimed his right to assemble my chair. So also Hannah is here with the next a few to our right. We have our cooking show base. We have it already assembled. But we're gonna, Stacy just asked, did you get the chair? The chair is, hold on a second, did I put is my phone, where did I put my phone? This is how I know my capability of object permanence is not, I had a phone a second ago, but there's a picture of me holding the,
it's right here.
like I said, object permanence, just not, like that's my, I have the object permanence capabilities of a 4-month-old, but yeah, there was a fairly adorable picture of me grabbing onto the top of this, being like, what? This is, here's my shocked expression of this box. It has arrived. If I had been slightly organized, I would have uploaded it to here beforehand, but organized, not my as Akiko just said, it's in our interest to keep you healthy. Now here's just to give you the quick heads up on why at least this is what I think happened, because my husband's like, why did you ask them for a chair? You have a place to put your ass, right? I'm like, well, you know how I just bought an orthopedic pillow to sleep on because my hips are bad. They kept hearing me complaining about my butt hurting, and they were like this. They decided my butt needed this. So I really appreciate your concern for my butt. No one's ever been a large group of people has never been this concerned for my ass before.
Yeah, talk about friends. You got more than one.
It's like, but you're the one who snuggles me.
Oh, I do so like snuggling you.
All by myself. No, let's not bust up the singing yet. Not
incorrect song choice.
Not yeah. I don't need to not want to be all by myself. I'm not all by myself.
You live with 10 other people.
I know, which is why we have to fucking wear masks into the common areas of the house. This is the thing we do now. When you live, it was funny. Have you filled out? Oh yeah, we filled it out just the other day after Derek sent us the site. The apply.
I didn't fill it out. No.
Oh, then again, you're in your 20s, so you're not going to be able to get the vaccine.
Like last on the list.
She's going to get the vaccine in 2037. Like it'll happen. But there's a website at least for California. I mean, I think every state has their own fucking thing. Wherever you are, go fill it out, because you don't know when you're going to get that call, and it could be fall or it could be next week. One of my friends who's only a few years older than me got his shot last week. So who knows? Let's sign up. Go to your state's website and put your name in, because get your shot as soon as you possibly can, and you will not get that call if you are not on the list. So please do it.
Yeah, but so in a house of 10 people,
yes,
we've kind of just like made micro houses. So
yes,
we're in a little germ pod, me, side babe, and side husband.
It's and the man of the very adorable, sweet man in the house that she's formed a little bit of a friendship with.
We won't talk about that in the public Discord.
We don't want to get into.
But yes, micro pods within the house.
We have, like, instead of having a bubble outside of the house, because we have 10 people in the house, we have a sub bubble.
Yeah.
Subbable. A supple subbable. Subbable. Oh my. Anyways, but yeah, that's what we've done. I hear somebody saying, I saw somebody ask, can we hear something on that boomstick, please?
Technically, this is the boomstick. It's not the bass.
Are we talking?
Wig stand.
It's my wig. Oops. So over here is my microphone stand, and on top of it is the wig that Akiko sent for Sailor Moon, and on top of it is the headphones, because I feel like just this is a good representation of how I view my recording career. Is just is I need it very dressed up in glitter to feel okay.
Yeah, the microphone is a symbol of the stuff you're going to say, and this is a symbol of the world you take on. I just found that funny. That sums up your relationship with one Mr. Scottish Play. Just friends. Just friends. We have to stop talking in case he sees this. Look, if he's watching this from San Francisco, first, thank you for watching. Look, it's not like he thinks we're talking about any other of the 11 housemates here. It's not like he thinks we're talking about you shacking up with Eve. That would be very sexy, but. So, just saying. I hope you're watching, our dear friends. So, 2019 Tide Pods 2020 Germ Pods. Correct. I like that. Oh, that's a horrible how it started, how it's going. Yikes. Worst how it started. Actually, no. There's some worse. Someone said it's imposter site. Oh, you know what? Last week I saw that. I'm like, oh God, not again. It's last week somebody came in and was like, you're not the real Cy Babe. Oh, they actually thought that I was someone who'd stolen Cy Babe's page and sent an angry email after, like, I ended up blocking them because they were just making everyone else's day shitty. And I ended up blocking them, and they sent me an email calling me an imposter, and I'm like, I'm on Wikipedia, you fucking dumbass. Like, it's like, here's the thing: if this page was run by a bunch of people, a fucking bunch of people, and I was one of many people behind the scenes, and I was not the person who they associate with the main person, that would be one thing. But this has always been a handful of moderators who help me out and basically are my brain trust. That I'm like, hey guys, you know more medicine than me, please let me. But I've always been the one, and they're like, you're. The best part was they were like, I remember in 2013 you were different. I'm like, that's funny because I started this page in 2014. Well, also after 7 years, I'd hope you'd be different. If any of you are exactly the same as you were in 2013, just break the cable and come through, Psydog. So Psydog, right? I'm just gonna take the camera off and show you, because you guys have seen my messy place before. But buddy, this is how dumb he is. Like, he has a little spot to come through here, and he's like, no, this is you guys are fully aware that we're doing construction. So at this point, I'm not terrified to show you how messy my place is. But buddy's like, what? A space with clearly enough room for me to come through? I must whine at you instead of walking through it. It's the only. You already did it once. Do it again. He just walks through, and it's. If you move the cord, he'll be less scared. The cord. He's something. He's not. If you tap on the couch. Come on. Nope. He doesn't want to join. He's just. Look, Psydog does what Psydog wants. Anyways, so I've been scrolling. See. You're a fake. Oh man, one of Ryan Blackhawk said, yes, he sent me a message saying she's a fake, and he sent you guys messages saying I'm fake, and I know, like, I guess it's time to admit it. I'm a cyborg. I really am. Actually, it's even, to be clear, I am the proud owner of a Jewish space laser. So I might not be a cyborg, but I will blast you motherfuckers from space.
eyes. Pew, 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 with my eyes. But my Jewish space laders. I have a link to where to get the shirt. It's not my. I did not design this. I don't profit from it. But a friend of mine who also designed the vaccine chart shirt sent me this one. So just again, I'm proud of my Jewish space laser as a Jew. I'm one of the chosen people who's allowed a Jewish space laser. So, but you are all allowed a Jewish space laser shirt because anything to scare Marjorie Taylor Greene, so that she sees that we're strong in numbers. You're part of the cabal with your Jewish space lasers. You're allowed to terrify that woman. Anyways, so as I said, I have a roommate. I have a friend.
A roommate and friend.
One friend. All by myself. I have a friend for now, as long as I don't keep singing that. But anyways, I'm just gonna ask you questions that I know some of, and I'm gonna try to keep up with as you guys are like, we're gonna see where you guys ask based on the information that comes out from here. So anyways, I know you went to a couple different schools for music. Where did you start?
Well, I'm born and raised in Portland, Oregon, and I started a degree in jazz bass at Michigan State. And after 2 years realized, no offense, the Midwest is not for me. And then I transferred out to California Institute of the Arts in greater Los Angeles County, where I finished my degree in jazz bass.
Wow. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Cal Arts, it's in Valencia, and that's basically like whatever you major in at Cal Arts, you basically feed into everything in the entertainment industry. Like, it's Cal Arts is. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it other than that.
Allow me to feel
yes,
this.
Please.
It was a merging of two schools that had been around Los Angeles for a long, long time. The Chouinard School of Animation and the Los Angeles Conservatory of Music.
Oh, wow.
And the thought was that Walt Disney would throw all sorts of money and flatten another orange grove. And
shocking.
I know. He just hated the oranges, Walt Disney did.
What?
So he thought, I'll merge these two schools so that I can pluck all of my animators and all of my musicians for soundtracks. And originally the school was going to be right across from the Hollywood Bowl in downtown Hollywood, but that didn't happen. And instead it's in Valencia. And after all of this time, really, if you go for animation, you get a job in an animation thing, or like all eyes for animation in America seem to be on Cal Arts. But since most film scores, orchestra things happen overseas now, or synthesized in like a school of real humans playing music doesn't get quite the same like field pull that it used to.
I'm just putting your comment on the screen for an awkwardly long amount of time now just to fuck with you, Mento.
But so Cal Arts specializes in animation, film, theater, arts, and unlike a lot of traditional accredited schools that put a lot of effort on the theory and understanding of it, Cal Arts is really about the practice, like the technical application of it in real world time. So when I was at Michigan State for 2 years, I played 5 performances. Whereas when I was at Cal Arts for 2 years, I played 400 or 500 performances.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, some days I'd have 8 gigs in one day. Just this class, that class, this show, this party, like this lunchtime concert.
I'm in pain thinking about that for your hands.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge... The pain that goes with music is not something that they study at college. It's like an elective if you want to take like a yoga or a physical therapy type thing for musicians. So now, you know, I've got this bad injury from a bike accident and now I just have to spend so much time really thinking about the movement and preserving and not overdoing it. So this bass that all of your digital friends got you, like completely, I was just so hypnotized by it. I would play it until it hurt and then I'd go, oh, I should stop. And I'd just sit there and like breathe and hold it. And then like another idea would come to my head and I'd have to go.
It's been amusing watching this because she'll come up after playing and we'll get her high and she'll sit here doing this. Not nonstop, but it's like,
or this.
You know, just
this is the #1 stretch for me right now.
Highly amusing. So quick, I will link to this. I should have asked to link to this in the show description. But where are all the places people can find you?
Sure. So the most easily accessible
voyages to my music are on Spotify and Bandcamp or on Apple Music, all the places. But so I have my solo stuff under Hannah Rose Dexter. I put out an album almost exactly 1 year ago, so right before the pandemic. But I'm very proud of that album. And then I also play and contribute to this band, A Horse, a Spoon, a Bucket. And that has stuff on Spotify and Bandcamp. That can kind of get into sciencey things. I play a dinosaur paleontologist, like detective in the band. So a lot of the songs are written from that.
Somehow this fits so much. This is exactly what I picture. Like, I hadn't pictured what you did outside, but like that fits. It absolutely fits. Quick random thing. So I have, as I've mentioned before, I have a good friend who was a Simpsons animator for years and years and years. She applied to get into CalArts, did not get in. Her mom was likewise an animator for years and years. They both lived in Valencia. Now her mom worked on. They both had done some animation for Disney as well. Her mom worked on Beauty and the Beast. Here's a random, completely random story aside of nothing. Now here's your bit of trivia for the day. Now animators always sneak shit into whatever they're working on. In Beauty and the Beast, there's a point where Maurice gets thrown off his horse, and there's a signpost of all the different cities they're pointing to, and one of them that they point to is Valencia, which is obviously not in fucking 1700s France. And everyone thought, in one of those, bits of, if you're ever at a Disney trivia night and they're like, why does the sign point to Valencia? Everyone thinks it's because CalArts. No. The reason, and it's because my friend Anna's mom drew that in herself. She's like, no, it's because I lived in Valencia. There's your random thing.
Sure, I would have thought Valencia, Spain, because that confusion happened a lot. They'd be, it's in Valencia. And we'd be, that's really close. Be, no, Spain. Like, never mind.
Oops.
But the famous CalArts secret is A115.
Someone just asked Hannah Rose Dexter, making sure I spelled it right. Indeed.
Correct.
As the common spelling for all of the above. Not uncommon human, common spelling.
The common CalArts little secret tag is A115, which is like one of the animating classrooms. So a lot of times you might see that on a building in a Pixar film.
I've seen that before.
Or one time in The Brave Little Toaster when they're stuck in New York and they ask the cab driver, can you take us to 24700 McBean Parkway? And that's CalArts' address. So little tiny secrets like that. A lot of license plates in movies will have a A115. And I need a bio on my I do need a bio.
I follow Ryan Blackhawk's advice on you should take the advice.
Thank you, Ryan.
Take the advice. It's Simon has entered the chat.
Hi Simon. Hello.
It's Mom, I told Hannah the other day you'd adopt her, so sorry for shopping you out like that, but you're kind of the adopter of my humans, so I figured it'd be okay. It'd be cool.
A113. Thank you, Dan. I was 2 digits off.
We were close. So good. So you had to study a lot of music theory. Now going into from a place that was much more theory to much more practice. How did that translate into what you did?
Well, it's very interesting because they're such different schools. They're both accredited, so you get a bachelor's, but they're very different schools of thought. And at Michigan State, like I said, very theory heavy, and very rule oriented, which I was super, super happy about.
Is the Hannah Rose Dexter YouTube channel yours?
There is one for my cognac show.
She records a cognac show downstairs. We got a giant bottle of cognac, and she's recording it. You should watch her cognac show.
I'm just starting those.
It's brand new.
And Cy Babe is giving wisdom.
Support her cognac show. You want to have a drink with someone? Have a drink with
It's
Hannah.
a very, very silly show. I do drink on camera.
Look.
Wow! There's a chair.
My chair is here. Oh my God! Hold on, it's assembled and everything. Hold on, we gotta point to this and
look
chair.
Wow,
it's here. It's spun around. We'll get more to the chair later. But I'm so excited. I gotta park my butt in that very soon. I'm so excited.
So at Michigan State, it was very rule oriented, and at CalArts, they were kind of like, whatever you want to do, like give it a shot, research it, try it out, who cares? So on one hand, I was very grateful and very exhausted of the rules, but also so grateful that I knew a bunch of the rules, so that I feel like my music might be grounded in a way that, for better or worse, from my classmates there.
Yeah, like you had the framework going in.
Yeah. I kind of understood, literally just the frame that the music can exist in, but also able to do these wild offshoots that would not work at Michigan State, but also cost me certain gigs now. It's like not enough of a traditionalist, but maybe too much of an experimentaler. But the good thing of a bass player is that they have to be able to do it all.
Someone just pointed out she's already gotten high on camera for us. There's a bong up here that we could load right up. I'm just deciding if, actually I don't think there are any rules left for what we can do. Somebody asked me a few weeks ago, because we had gotten quite high on Twitch, because this streams to Twitch, obviously, if I'd gotten any pushback, any yelling from Twitch. I think because I have so few subscribers, or actually I have so few people who watch on Twitch, I had got nobody noticed. So what I'm saying is subscribe to me on Twitch so that they'll yell at me for it. Come on, controversy. I quit my podcast. I have nothing controversial happening in my life anymore, is what I'm saying. So let's see if we can get Twitch mad at me for smoking a little pot, and I'll be like, hey, why did Joe Rogan and Elon Musk get away with this and nobody else? You're mad at a scientist and a musician for smoking pot?
Musicians don't smoke pot.
You should be the first. You could try it out.
What would happen if you mixed weed with music?
Truly, nobody has ever tried this before in our lives. We could be the first to experiment with drugs and music. What could happen?
I'll be the first shaman.
Oh man, no, there was a great rant from Bill Hicks, and I was saying, if you're really anti-drugs, if you're 100% against drugs, if you really want to fight the drug war, and you think they're 100% all bad, I want you to take your record collection, take every piece of music you love, take it all, and light it on fire. Because a lot of those musicians, most of those musicians, they did a lot of drugs. They took all the drugs you should have done, all the drugs I should have done. They did them all.
Oh, could you imagine an app that's enter in your favorite musician to see if they did drugs or not, and just any musician did drugs.
I want to know
drugs.
I want to know which ones did no drugs. Because I'm sure there are a few. Oh, yeah, there are probably a few who are teetotalers,
or some that sobered up later. That doesn't count.
Yeah, it's if you did no drugs whatsoever, I want to know what the music sounded like.
Yeah.
Ray Charles, all the heroin. Keith Richards. How did the fact that the Rolling Stones are alive? That's just spitting in God's face.
And I think it speaks to the power of music. Just the way I see music take musicians into their 80s or 90s is just unbelievable.
You're kinder than me. I say it's spitting in God's face. I'm like, nah, this is an aberration, because so many, you say it's the power of music. I think Amy Winehouse, I think Kurt Cobain, it was a bullet. Yeah. But how many of them didn't make it to Keith Richards' age?
Sure. Well, it's the power of music balanced with the danger of unmoderated drug use, right? Yeah. Just a little bit is fine, yes. But
it's that last hit of heroin.
Yeah.
It's always the last one. That's the problem.
At music school, a lot of privileges are doled out through competition, which I guess is a lot like the music industry. You're kind of put against each other, but I think that there shouldn't be Frank Zappa was anti-drug.
Oh, I did not realize. Really?
Good. Yeah.
Not even the slightest bit of LSD. Nothing.
He's pretty straight edge. That's a really good point, and and people are surprised to hear it.
That I this is why I always say I'm open to new information every day.
Yeah, but so a lot of privileges at music school are given out through auditions and competitions, etc. And at Cal Arts, you can kind of drink anywhere you want on campus. And so when there were certain competitions, the people that took it really seriously would still drink before.
Oh, hello, tiny dog.
You found your way.
Hi. He figured out a little route.
Those jazz jocks would still drink before a competition or an audition, but maybe instead of shotgunning Tecate, they'd shotgun O'Doul's, because they still wanted to feel like they were drinking, but not get too sick.
Oh, they wanted the placebo effect of that taste. That's crazy.
I respect it, but I also think it's really silly.
Fun. It's I've wondered before because like I often because as y'all know, because I apologize for it more than I should, I have a little bit of a stutter, and I found when I'm on stage I do it less if I take an anti-anxiety med. Sometimes there are times when I take it before the stream just to kind of manage my anxiety by the day, but I've almost never gone on stage without taking it, just as a manner of habit, because I feel like the day that I remember all of a sudden on stage, oh fuck, I didn't do it. Like I'm almost sure at this point, because like I can do this without doing it, and it's a very similar thing in terms of my mindset. I'm almost sure that the very day I don't take it and I remember all of a sudden, fuck, I did not bring my magic feather, is the day that I'll start panicking, because that's a weird physical thing that happens to me on stage sometimes, like with karaoke more than anything else. Like not with musicals, not with live performance, like our thing where we sang for Christmas, not with that, but karaoke is the one time where my leg will physically just start fucking like thumpers shaking on stage.
Karaoke is a unique sense of fear. It is.
Yeah, it's just you and your friends, and here you go, fucking it up all on your own. It's a good time. Let's see. The lovely thing about the placebo effect is it still works even if you know you took the placebo, because you know about the placebo effect. There are some people who the placebo effect doesn't work on. There are some people who it works on even if they know that they took a placebo. Placebo effect is it's a bizarre thing. I don't know if I'm a placebo responder or not. I'm still like I still don't I want there to have been pain in my arm from the vaccine. I want that to have been the vaccine. I want to have been such a strong anti-placebo responder that I didn't respond to a real vaccine.
I'm curious about Steve's thing. I've heard of beta blockers, but what the heck are they?
Okay, so beta blockers, they have this. I don't know the exact mechanism because I flunked out of med school, by which I mean I never got in. But beta blockers, basically, they do a really good job of controlling your heart rate, and they're not really an anti-anxiety med, but they make it a lot harder for your heart to start like racing on you.
Very interesting.
So I've done like when at one point when I had a doctor who was how to phrase this, very hesitant to actually diagnose me as having anxiety. They were like, "We'll give you beta blockers. We'll give you the thing that won't actually help you stop having a panic attack."
Sure.
But they will, like, if you're I've heard a lot of musicians say the same thing, and public speakers. It'll help with the autonomic symptoms of panic.
Yeah, sure. I have never used a performance. Would you call that limiting drug? For music.
It's
performance stabilizing.
Performance stabilizing. Technically, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, it's technically a performance enhancing drug. Kind of like caffeine is a performance enhancing drug for athletes, but it's a legal performance enhancing drug.
Yeah, I've never used beta blockers for music. Since most of the gigs I play have been in bars or at parties or at restaurants or clubs or whatnot, there's usually alcohol involved.
I'm curious about the ton of bananas part. I just say beta blockers, music majors getting prescriptions and eating a ton of bananas for a month before our final jury performances. Now I see also in a comment here, beta blockers are also used against migraine. Now I know that because Sai Husband uses beta blockers for migraine. I know a lot of other people do. I'm just curious about having them with bananas. Is there a thing with the electrolyte levels?
I wouldn't be surprised if a month of all the benefits of bananas. We just learned yesterday 8% potassium per banana.
Yeah, so you get 8% of your daily potassium for one medium banana.
Whereas a potassium tablet is just 2%.
I'm just curious. Is there a thing in I ask this because I don't come with all the science in the world imbued in me yet. It's in my hair. It's soaking in. But is there a thing? Sai Husband brought coffee.
And in one of my preferred communal mugs.
That mug is actually chalkboard material, so you can write on that in chalk.
To the Sci-Hub.
Cheers. Sci-Hub is a good human.
I've not used anything explicitly like to help me get through a performance or an audition or anything, but I have noticed the effects of weed or alcohol before or during a gig, and have, you know, try as much as possible to just be in a healthy, well-rested, well-stretched and prepared mode.
It's
banana equivalent dose.
I actually wrote an MOS about the banana equivalent dose. I'm just saying, as much as informative as the wiki article is, I'm just saying, if you have missed any of the daily moments of science, head over to scibabe.com. There's a whole backlog, and as usual, I gotta plug the Patreon, because just look at this growly little monkey.
The therapy he needs.
He needs therapy. He needs to talk out his childhood issues. He's very angry as he licks my nose. Oh, he's growling. Look at him. He's purring. But he needs all of his stuffs. And a good way to help support me, the house, all of the things, is to sign up for Patreon. It gets you perks. And one of the other things that comes along with it, if you're enjoying all of the daily moments of science, on all of them now, on if you want to get away from the Facebooks, as do we all. If you want to get away from Facebook, I post the daily MOS every day, both on scibabe.com and over on Patreon. And if you want extra perks, I kind of give a little director's commentary, like, here's the stuff that I also found out that didn't quite fit in the narrative of this, like,
what a value.
So, and there are not one but two bonus monthly live streams for patrons only. One, we do a monthly editing session together where you guys get to help, get to do a little bit of here's my input. You get to see that, like, I come in with the first draft written, and we get to sew it up together. And we have one, you know, kvetch session together on Patreon where, you know, I might prank call Ted Cruz a few times. Who knows? That fucking it's Cancun Cruz he's gonna get a piece of my mind this month. It's gonna be fun.
I can't help but think of that footage that Samantha Bee's Empire found of him in the Crucible in college.
Did I miss this somehow?
Maybe it was a few years ago. It was when he was running for president. He played in the Crucible in college, and there's just the great, "Why am I being persecuted?" And they would use that cut.
Oh, I must.
Over and over and over again.
I have to have seen a piece of that somewhere.
Why am I being persecuted?
Like, this is why I need to get OBS up and running on this, so I can flip back and forth between other screens. Sci-Hub is going to be working on that with me this afternoon. Like, it's OBS is a program, so you can, like, you know, so I can be a better streamer. I'm trying to make the quality that, or the product that y'all are paying for on the Patreon be more worth it, because you guys have a lot more of you have signed up for Patreon this month. I think in the wake of me doing a daily column, I deeply appreciate it. I want to make sure you guys are getting your money's worth, so I'm trying to do a lot more stuff. They're going to be, I believe next month they're going to be weekly videos starting mid-month. I'm probably going to talk some of my housemates into recording some of the daily moments of science. I have one housemate, the one who's up in San Francisco, Andy, who has a really good voiceover voice, and I'm probably going to get him to record a few of them because they're so speakable. So I think, and a lot of people have been asking, could you make these? I would like to hear these. I don't have time to sit down and read. I want to listen to the car. So yeah. It's where I want to get these out to all of you in all the different ways you can. So I don't want to leave content on the floor. Let's see. Has the Lincoln Project taken down Ted Cruz yet? I see people asking. Look, if you just heard Sci-Hub said fuck the Lincoln Project. Now the Lincoln Project is like the Democrats' vestigial tail now. They are our appendix. They served their purpose, and now we have evolved to no longer need them. Joe Biden has been elected. They can go back to being Republicans. Okay? That's just bye-bye. They can go. Anyways, let's see. Someone just commented, Andys are great. You know, we're in agreement. Actually, we have two Andys in this house. We have two Andys. One of those Andys is a really good Andy.
They're both good Andys.
One of them is really good. One of them is less good.
I like to call them the
Andys. The Andys. We have
IES.
Andy's Candies.
The Andys.
That could be the name of our band, Andy's Candies.
No, what did we come up with today? Not unflattering.
Not unthreatening. Universally flattering.
Universally.
We could. Would you guys listen to Universally Flattering?
I like the welcomeness of
Universally flattering. We are universally flattering. Cheers.
Cheers. Pardon my itchy nose.
That's. I mean, You did do all that cocaine before we started.
You
So.
keep thinking you see these things, and I swear it's just flour.
Is that how you're getting all that gluten in without me?
I'm doing it to keep the kitchen clean for you.
We got Lysol wipes. See, someone said, "Have you climbed the Andes?" Well, only one that we know of.
Oh my god, you gotta stop.
Look, someone asked. I'm giving the people what they want. Yeah, that's true. How about someone said the miscellaneous? Call your band the Seychelles. Oh, I am. They look. I accidentally told them I was queen of the Seychelles. Yeah.
You did,
and they. So, I think there are some people on Twitter who actually think that I am because my tagline on Twitter is Yvette exiled queen of the Seychelles. I think some people actually think I was the queen of Seychelles and I'm living in exile. Like I worry that
you've been exiled to Ireland. Yeah,
I've been exiled to Los Angeles. Like I'm concerned that there are like, look, Marjorie Taylor Greene literally thinks that like I think if she sees this, she might think that I am the Jew with the space laser. But like if there are people out there dumb enough to believe Jewish space laser, there are people dumb enough to see someone on Twitter with exiled queen of the Seychelles and be like, oh yeah, the Seychelles exiled their queen sometime in the aughts. It can happen. She wears pink hair and, you know,
a bunch of wigs to disguise her identity.
Smokes
and imposterizes SciBabe.
Exactly. That's what she's doing now. She took over from a science blogger and is hiding out in Los Angeles.
Damn good coffee.
See, this is how I know I have. Look, accidentally. There are people. It's one day. This is. I will know it's gone too far if someone from like an embassy in Seychelles is like, hey, you got to cut this shit out. We're getting phone calls.
The real queen.
I did
a control group.
Ooh.
That's not bad.
The control group. Is this?
Not bad at all.
Yeah, we are like, I mean, we are kind of working on turning this into a band and not just an idea.
Yeah, eventually original stuff and things.
Yeah, instead of just, you know, trying to harmonize some.
Yeah, right now we're just still having fun.
Indeed.
I mean, hopefully we'll always have fun.
Let's see, the queen of the science communicator via Mark Twain. I feel that's worthy. Let's see, we should call the Seychelles head of government and tell them that you are calling their queen. No. I know. First of all, the long distance charges might be a bit steep. That
Put some calling cards on your Amazon wish list.
Yeah, it's, you know, I have like a long distance calling app on my phone that was relatively cheap. I was surprised, but I have one app that I can use to call a bunch of different countries for not that much. I mean, that's not Skype, to be clear. Like for when you have to call an actual phone number. But yeah, that's. I don't think we actually have to call the Seychelles about a joke on my Twitter.
Not yet.
No, I mean probably not until international travel is open again and I can be like, hey, I'm coming back to establish my bright pink massage chair as a throne. Anyways, I see someone saying that hair hubba hubba. It's, you know, it's only the best of bright pink synthetic hair that can just be yanked right off the top of my head. I have enjoyed it's
that's sweet.
I don't understand how people exist with this much hair every day. Like you have a ton of hair.
I have a lot of hair. At the start of the quarantine, I was saying I can play with it as long as we're in quarantine. You know, the 2 weeks I can pull and twirl all I want. And then after like 3 months, I was like, oh no, I actually can't do that. But my hair is like a high maintenance dog, you know, like, oh, I can't do that. I gotta take, you know, I can't help with your plumbing project, Grand Shards. I must take care of my hair today. So it's actually like a wonderful excuse to just put time and energy into myself.
Nice.
And I like it so much. Look at that. It's so pretty.
It is a wonderful massive hair. We took my big old instrument of torture. Look, I'm just saying, if you have hair that you want to be a little shinier, a little thicker, like, look, this is my favorite hair device I've ever found. It's just a Revlon fucking thing from Amazon. It's one of those cult classic or cult favorite things. Costs like $30, and I have not had with my thin shitty hair a bad hair day with it since I've gotten it, which is amazing. I took and just blew it through her hair, and I'm like, all right, I don't know how this is gonna go with big curly hair. It did not take that long to blow dry out all of the thick curly. There was a ton of it,
It made it without looking frizzy. It flat ironed all of it and just made it nice and long. And I was like, wow, there's a ton of this. How do you do? Anyways,
It was quite
but
long.
it's yeah. There's many hairs.
Now
Many hairs.
Now I'm just like, how long can it go?
It's like here's the thing nobody tells you. You never actually have to cut your hair.
Yeah.
There's no rule saying you must do this.
Yeah.
So if you guys saw it, and for the viewers in Australia, I'm sorry because I know you haven't seen this. James Fell, his author picture for his book that's coming out. That's a compilation of his columns from his daily history column. This Day in History shit went down. It's just a picture of him kind of looking with his long hair that has not been cut in a year. It's a man in his, I want to say late 40s, early 50s. I think he's about 10 years older than me, so I want to say late 40s. Just his hair has gotten shaggy and it's like, fuck it. Like I think we've all hit fuck it. Fuck it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, hitting fuck it with your hair is good. Lena said, is it pink? It's I feel in someone you asked it looks apricot. Like it's a little more pinky over here than it's looking on the screen. Like I think it's looking a little bit more peach on screen, but yeah, there is a kind of rose gold tone.
Yeah, sometimes it's kind of orange too.
Yeah, like there are a lot of it is a much better wig than I expected when I saw it online. Like look, I love the kind of the ones that are cheap but don't look too cheap, and you can kind of make them look relatively decent.
I think it's probably easier. I think it's probably easier with like a fun color because it already inherently doesn't look quite real.
Yeah, like I have a few of them that have real color, and I wore a brown one the other day on here.
That was fun.
Yeah, and here's the thing: the hairline on them is what gives them away as not looking real, and that's what like bangs help a cheaper wig look like a real one because you can't see that line at the front. And I'm like, all right, this with like a headband, if I wore it out in public, people would not notice really.
In response to whoever thought there were some chickens running around the house, it's Sci-Hub. Sci-Hub tinkering.
There's chickens, husbands. No.
I read this word in Walden today, tintibulation.
Tintibulation,
which is a like 700-year-old word meaning the light sound of small bells ringing.
Look, I'm never going to say no when people say we need to buy her something. We need to buy her camera with better. I think this camera has decent resolution though. Like this is a pretty good. Like this one's a Logitech. It's not bad for a webcam. The one thing that I say this as a want for, and eventually, like if I'm shooting, long form videos, I would like a decent video camera for that eventually. But like I feel like throwing something that is expensive onto.
You just got a chair.
Yeah. Y'all just send me too much. Don't even think about.
You didn't send her friends too much.
It's the thing that the house could use that is on the wish list right now. I put onto there Lowe's gift cards that as you guys have seen. I'm just gonna take this and do this one more time. You see how that's being constructed and. Like there's a wall that is half built, and my husband built the wall that's there, but it's still not entirely done. And there are things that need fixing, real fixing here. A camera is far less needed when this one has pretty damn good resolution. So like I would love like one of the amazing ones that like it's like ooh yeah. Here's the thing: we have a professional camera in the house. It's just giant. Like that's the only downside to it. It just takes a little bit of work to set up.
I really do want to use that camera.
Yeah,
for some stuff.
It's got like the thing has fucking girth, if you know, like it's both literal and metaphorical girth. But that's the only the only reason I would say I'm gonna throw one onto the wish list is convenience. The thing that the house really does need is you can hear screwing in the background, which. But it's the only thing that that the house really needs, and I say this not just as a me, but quality of life for all involved.
Yeah,
we need to fix some shit here.
I've been very fascinated in home repair for a long time and very excited to do and practice it here. And the list of house repairs is something like 200 items long right now.
Yeah, so Hannah and I moved in around the same time. You moved in a few months after me.
I moved in last January.
Yeah, so you moved in. So I moved in April, and then you moved in about so it'd be 7-8 months after I did. So, and like I'm shall we say, what's the phrase? Not fucking organized. Not at all. Not at all. Hannah was like, move it in, we're getting organized and we're fixing shit. And I'm like, I'm still working on finding my floor upstairs.
I want you to have a floor.
And it's like, it was a lot of digging to find the floor up here. And like the rest of the house has been just slowly, we've been getting through everything in the house. And like yesterday, she and Grand Shard, one of the other housemates, went through, and I mean, the fact that she went through and did a messy plumbing job.
Disassembled the sink plumbing. And the week before, me and
she and my husband went under the house. Like, and I don't do these. Look, when I do a task to help the house, it is cooking a cheesecake, because that is where my talents lie.
Which is very helpful.
I bake an excellent cheesecake, and I'm like, here, house, have at it. It's gonna be in my fridge. Open the fridge anytime. I will bake communal cheesecake. I'm not crawling under the house. I don't have the shoulder strength for it. But like the house is kind of doing the work to save the money.
Yeah.
But the money is tight, so
trying to hire as few people as possible for
things like roofing.
Yeah,
and
just do it in the house.
Yeah, there was one room that had grown mold and had been sitting there, and it was just known as the mold room.
Yeah, that's literally the room.
Yeah, I moved in. It was like when I first met Derek, he lived here, and we moved back in here years later, and we got a much bigger upgrade in terms of space from when when. Hey, dear.
Sorry. It's very important.
Well, if he says it's important.
It's what is it?
It's the bowl. Fixing the bowl.
Oh, okay. Wait. Then in that case, fix it. That does sound. Fix it then. Definitely. It was a very important thing that needed fixing. Trust me. Sometimes things.
Derek is filling a crack in a beloved piece of glassware of mine with gold.
I'm just polishing the middle handle.
Guys, when you see it, you'll understand. Like I did not understand at first. Now I know.
I love functional art, which is why I think like wooden instruments are so cool.
It's I see someone asking parabolic mic. Might Sci-Hubby drill while might let Sci-Hubby drill while you're off camera. Look, I think it was just that most of the time whilst I'm on camera, and it's that most of the time while I'm doing this, I'm using this. So it's very easy to get used to me being able to do this, him having TV on in the background, or him even doing construction, and it barely even registers. So like normally, like it doesn't even hit my ears, it doesn't hit the so I wouldn't have even said something about it most of the time. So this time it's just like, oh, there's a noise in the room, I should probably be cognizant of it.
Didn't in response to Wayne Woodle.
Oh, it's B2. Can I ask if that is live now?
No,
sorry, I just wanted to answer this one.
Oh.
Yes, no, it's not live now. No.
In response to Wayne Woodle, I did not crawl under the house last week, but Sci-Hubs did, and holy crap, I was just standing on the edge and like throwing tools or asking what he needed, and I was exhausted doing that. But the other day I crawled under to retrieve a tool of his.
Oh no. I heard there was what were the names of the various places? It was like Cat Shit Lane.
Bay.
It was Sewage Stalagmite Bay.
Sewage Stalagmite Bay.
That Derek crawled.
And Cat Shit Desert.
That he crawled through so that we could run the wire housing, the cable housing, to install a reverse osmosis water filtration system in the kitchen.
We now have a reverse osmosis water filtration system, or we're working
on the way, because me and Derek did the wire running, and then me and Grand Shard have been disassembling the plumbing and snaking it and replacing parts and reassembling, and I've been rebuilding some cabinet that we demolished, and soon we'll have the reverse water filtration system so that we can save $200 or $300 a month on water coolers.
Yeah, we like the water in LA is not exactly what we would call
my dentist in Portland loved what the water in LA did to my teeth.
Very fluoridated.
Oh yeah.
It'll stop you from getting the cavities, but it's also not exactly tasty. So yeah, just we've been getting ourselves some sparklets, and why get sparklets when we can just filter the water straight out of the LA reservoir? So let's see, right in the southern U.S. I like every so often we're like, we need to lean in to read a comment. Right in the southern U.S. you can crawl under the house. It's not really possible in Canada because houses have full foundation. Yeah, in California foundations aren't like it's. I mean, there are foundations, but like basements aren't always a thing here, which is very strange to me because I don't know. I grew up like my relatives are from Canada and like in New England, just everywhere's got a basement. And when I moved out here, I'm like, what do you mean everywhere doesn't have a basement?
Long live PEX. That's what I've learned this week.
Long live PEX.
PEX, PEX, the plastic.
Oh. Gotcha.
Plastic tubes as opposed to copper.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't know if you were talking about like.
Well, long live PEX CKS as well.
Good times.
I'm a big sucker for PEX, but also a sucker for PEX.
It's see, this is my belief on DIY as well. I'm a firm believer that DIY stands for don't involve yourself. DIY is for the like. Look, this is why I'm glad that my skill in life involves cheesecake. Because I get out of doing heavier. Like, look, it's not that I've done plenty of painting.
Did you make a new one?
No, I just polished the handles.
Oh.
It's square and has that like Cuban chain.
For the very end of the show, our
It's
trick
like-
will be getting extraordinarily high.
It's like a little teacup for marijuana, and Derek made this for me because the old one broke.
There was a broken
Can it
handle on the.
focus?
Here, let me.
You try it. You got that magic touch.
All right, so here.
Put
So
your hand behind it.
that is what I'm doing right now, dear. So basically, this thing had a handle on it, and Derek was like, "I'm going to take some wire work and wrap it around it," and the wire work is also pretty.
It's so gorgeous.
But yeah, it's not quite focusing well. But yeah,
Maybe cleaned it.
my husband has a talent for taking something broken and in a high fugue state, being like, not only will I fix it, but I have improvements.
Yeah,
like
it
You
pretty.
gotta cite T.
So just citing our good friend, our gaming buddy for our D&D, not D&D, it's another gaming, but still our tabletop gaming friend and philosopher, Tinian. All you need to do to get Derek to fix something, and not just fix it, but improve it, is leave it next to his bed while he's asleep and high. And the next morning, it'll be repaired and with an improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just it's a special. It's like he's like Santa, but with weed and tools. I don't know. It's fascinating. Akiko just commented, Sci-Hubs is a Renaissance man. Indeed. He's a very talented man who's a good mix of arty and sciencey skills. So it was like when we first started dating, he would like wander around my apartment and see random things that needed like fixing just a little. I didn't realize were broken. I'm like, oh, well, this is convenient. Like I know how to fix things when they absolutely are broken, but like he just has tools that I didn't know existed and knows how to use all of them. So I didn't realize that there was quite so many of them.
He taught me how to use a hand-operated electric jigsaw last weekend.
I saw that. It's like, I get it. Like with the amount of stuff I know how to use in chemistry lab, I should not be afraid of any of these, but I look at things that can like slice a hand off immediately and I'm like, I'm not coordinated.
Very scary.
I'm just like, nah, I'm going to stick to knives in the kitchen or the thing that's where, like, I used to do hot column trims when I had to in the lab. Like, it's like, 350 degrees Celsius oven. I can take the column out now. That's fine. Not gonna fuck with jigsaws though. Nerve agent, I'm fine with. Jigsaw, no. Nerve agent's fine though. That's fine. Totally. Look, we've all got our thing we're afraid of.
We've all got our ways to contribute.
Exactly. She's so much. Isn't she lovely? She's just a lovely human. Lovely human. Anyways, we're gonna start telling questions while we're here.
I was thinking about like the field of my musical understanding, as you said. Oh, you can answer musical questions. It was like, what are the fields of music I understand? And then I like zoomed out and thought like, okay, I know a lot of stuff. I know a lot of 20th century American music history. And I know a lot of how chords work together, but then I realized so much of my musical knowledge is operating on faith. Like there's so much science to the speed at which the waves move that I don't really know. I just trust that they're going to work. And it's like it's like being a plumber that knows water goes through there, but like doesn't really know how or why, but just make sure all the pipes are lined up. Like that's my musical expertise.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff about harmony and melody and like the spiritual side of it or the practice of it, or mental different things about the performance of it and like balance, but not so much about like 440 hertz is where this is ringing and that rings at this and that. And you're so sweet. Thank you.
Akiko is, look, it's not that I have favorites, but I have favorites. It's there. Look, there's a crew of Muppets, and I say Muppets because they've all chosen their Muppet avatars. And look, if you have not joined Discord yet, somebody throw the link to the Discord server in there. You'll be assigned your Muppet avatar, and you first choose Chaos Muppet or Order Muppet, and then choose your avatar from there. But it's there. I have my little crew of my happy little Muppets, and I guess we're choosing Marvel characters too. But I now just see you all as my happy little Muppets. But there's been a community formed, and y'all that are in there on a daily basis, I go in there now. Like at first I was like, okay, I guess I have to go into Discord. I don't know how this thing works. And now it's like, this is the highlight of my day. I got to go and hang out with my little community that's popped up. It's kind of neat. But I have favorites, and Kiko's on the list. I'm just saying.
The physics of music sounds like an excellent class that a younger Hannah would not have had the attention span for. And
yeah.
So that sounds like fun and really hard. But now adult Hannah could maybe figure it out. And to Joshua, it's not faith to expect experts to know what they're talking about. But like, it's faith that all of the waves will organize in such a way. Like when I actually sit down and think about all of the math and all of the science that I do have in there in a practical sense, but not really like the extreme engineering of that math and science. Like that's what I don't have. I just have the faith that it's gonna.
They've given you carte blanche, as they give me. Like you're here, they've decided. Like they send you a musical instrument, it means you're okay. You're in the club. But like here's the thing, like I know basically how to harmonize, and it's a thing that I have in my brain from like I knew how to make a harmony from before I knew a harmony was basically pulling a note off the chord that was that was central to what you were singing. I don't know in my head like, oh, this harmony is resounding with X, Y, and Z hertz in that thing, but I know I'm basically plucking a note from whatever chord is the chord being that I'm trying to find like it's just my ear trying to hunt for a spot in the chord that works with in the vocal progression. Akiko just said audio disappeared. Can you hear me? Can you hear us? Please someone tell me. I hope you can still hear us. That would make me very sad.
I'm not getting power to my amplifier, and I wonder if that's the same problem.
Let's see. I don't see anyone else saying that they've lost audio.
Yeah, no one's saying nothing now.
No one's saying anything. Well, I'm still okay. Everyone says they hear, so I guess that might have been just all right. People can hear on other things. Maybe it was just a blip.
Maybe.
All right, cool. Thank you. I appreciate the clarification. I need a new voice that's not Mr. Woodchuck or
Do you
Stitch.
know another spot to?
Or Emmer.
Yeah, sometimes it's the whole thing.
It's
like.
Let's see, what's this one?
Nope, still no.
Oops, no, I need that light.
There we go.
I'm going to take the computer. I'm going to unplug the computer and keep the. Let's see. Will it plug in with the?
Now something. What?
All right. With everything else unplugged, we're down a light, but.
It is a loose cord for sure. I have this problem with some regularity. Hey.
Yeah.
Now it's gone again.
You need to replace the cord plug. You need to replace the plug.
Wait, this is why I'm glad we didn't say we're going to perform for you today. We have a plug issue. She clearly she's been playing with this thing a lot since you said it. Can I imitate Shrek? I cannot. That's too low, and also I'm not. My attempt at a Scottish accent will be so embarrassing. I'll have to die. I will. It's not. I don't mean kill myself. I mean I'll die of embarrassment from like, why did you try that? You know it was going to be bad.
Sci-Hub's gotten interested in the problems of my amp, so we'll just enjoy this quiet. Yes, I do have too many strings on this bass.
Did someone say too many strings? No, it's the right. This is great because this is it's this wonderful combination of both a bass and a guitar sound
and a Chapman stick if you know your over the top instruments. Sci-Hub's working on it.
Sci-Hubs is good at this. George over on Periscope just asked, "Are you a singer?" I hate saying I'm a singer because it sounds like I'm declaring I have a job that I don't. But indeed, I can carry a tune in without a bucket. And Hannah is likewise a singer, obviously.
I hold a lot of resentment towards the phrase singer because everyone expects a woman to be able to sing, and they go grumble grumble. But on one hand, you know, every woman's voice is so beautiful. All people have beautiful voices. Everyone should be able to sing. And in the Western world, we just decide, no one sings except great singers.
Yeah.
I do sing, but I mostly prefer to play bass, and my singing is an accompaniment to my bass play.
I think very few people cannot sing at all. I think if you can I think if you can speak, you can modulate your vocal tone to a point. And for some reason, like, we've lost a bit of musical tradition of just people, you know, doing choral singing and you know, busting out. But like, my family was all very musical. We sang together and we harmonized, and you just kind of played a little bit.
It's so exciting when it comes in and out.
It's like for a second we're like, oh, we hear it. If only Sci-Hub was high and asleep, this would be fixed by now. No, he has to wake up first. If he was sleepwalking and high, it would be. But he's working on it. We're getting
I don't know if I want him to work on my amp while he's sleep tinkering.
Sleep tinkering. See, we could all sing. Russell. We could all sing. Some of us have been asked not to. To be fair, even some good singers have probably been asked not to in their lives. You know, just. I have a Dr. Anna at Dr. Anna's Imaginarium, if you've ever checked out her page, and I love her page. Her husband's an opera singer, and I'm sure every so often she's like, "Will you keep it down? I need to get some work done."
Oh, sure. I mean, when I was practicing classical upright bass in high school all the time, it's like, that's very pleasant to listen to, but we're so tired of hearing it. Please stop. Thank you. Wow, that's so cool. He just made that happen.
Indeed. People are requesting songs that are not ready yet. Silly people.
The thing I love about this bass is that you can just tap it. I'm not using much weight at all, and it puts out a sound. So it feels almost like finger painting. Like, sometimes, a little bit every day, I just sit down and I go, I don't care what notes, I'm just following a shape of something that I like.
Someone just asked, which one of you is Babe? The one that's not playing the bass. Like, that is not a talent that Babe has. It's the one with the big. I'm the Babe. She's the bass player. She's accompaniment. By which I mean she's amazing. Just because I can't sing doesn't mean I don't. Nice. Exactly. Look, if you can talk, you can sing.
Jerry was a race car driver.
Oh, God.
Jerry was a race car driver.
I transcribed Jerry was a race car driver at the beginning of the pandemic and figured out something that I thought worked. And then I was like, oh, he plays this on a 6-string bass. And then I was like, I physically can't play it on the bass that I have. But Bass is actually the working title, the working name of this bass. That's it. Wait, I can. Yeah, that's me. It's like right there in the brain, but I haven't tried to play it on. Yeah.
Someone said, play some Iron Maiden.
Play some Iron Maiden?
Can you play some Iron Maiden bass lines?
I only know that one Metallica bass line that I have probably forgotten at this point. What is it? Nope, I've forgotten that one. No.
Someone just asked if we need a fiddle, and look, if you want to send us more musical instruments, we won't say no. Wait, we have one. Never mind.
We have a fiddle, we have a violin and a viola.
violin, viola. I think we've got a banjo. We've got a couple of guitars. We definitely have at least one or two saxophones. Like, are there any instruments we don't have in the house?
We have a Barry saxophone in the house too, which is very rare.
Dang.
Well, very rare to just have one at home.
Like, I feel like there's almost nothing we. Oh wait, can you play the Mario theme song?
Oh God.
Do 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 do.
You know that song has official lyrics?
No.
It does.
I know.
That's
We are the
awesome.
Mario Brothers, and we're here to say, do that you're plumbing in a something away if you get hooked on the brothers to the. What is the lyrics to the Mario Brothers Super Show? I used to
Oh
have
my
those.
god. New bonus for $50 a month level on Patreon, free album from Sybase. Look, I do not have a $50 a month level yet. Just
Man,
no,
for
don't
50
don't
bucks a month,
don't you whore me out yet,
50
Ryan.
bucks a month would get you
50,
a
you know,
4-track
you know,
EP.
back when I back when I was still on the TGOM podcast, which I've only been off of for like God, it's like having 3 weeks of having my own schedule has been so freeing. But like like we had a $50 a month level on that one, a $50 and $100 a month level, and like that got you like one-on-one time with us. And the problem is, with a lot of people having that, the more people that have that level, like that's a lot of hours a month. And I get it, that's $50 an hour of work, but it's also a lot. Oh look, it's a cranberry song. You want to grab it? Or do you?
Oh, my life is changing every day in every possible way. And all my dreams is never quite as it seems. Never quite as it seems. It's very hard to sing and play the bass line and the guitar line in the left hand. Here's the bass line, which I could just pluck and play on open strings, the lowest string, and then here's the guitar part.
It's like two instruments at once. It's pretty impressive.
And then sing it.
Hi, Shelley.
Yeah, I just tried singing one line. Sometimes you can only get the melody when you're trying to do 3 voices at the same time. You're what I couldn't find. I just repeat that. You're what I could not find. There's a reason we have to have rehearsal.
Indeed. I know I felt like this before.
Someone had asked for my favorite go-to. I'm just sitting down at the bass and can't wait to play. And on 4-string, it's like everything takes a little bit of analyzation to apply it to the 6-string. I think it was even higher up than that.
Let's see.
Play your favorite thing ever to play, like your go-to when you're just getting ready to jam. So on a 4-string, it would always be. Do I dare?
Oh yeah. Oh, let me tell you now. Oh,
those pretty faces always made you stand out in the crowd, but someone's glance was all it took. Now it's much too late for me to take a second look. Oh, baby, give me one more chance.
let me tell you
oh, darling, I was glad to let you go.
Let you go, baby.
But now that I've seen you, it is gone.
That's always fun to do.
Nice.
But since I've gotten this bass, there's this K-pop song I'm really nuts about. That, you know, I took the time in the pandemic to find the K-pop band that was structured to my tastes. And after hours of research, that band is TVXQ exclamation point. And they have this very fun song that I've worked up a little bass arrangement with the... No one wants to hear me butcher Korean, do they?
They do. Butcher some Korean. I'm gonna look for another for another
I
thing.
apologize to any native Korean speakers right now. Napwa napyan hang san go hira taro juta kyokete so hamachi chinga sunga wege no wana so kumse tushima nege jam jam dagawa na nege jam jam dagaga harap swuspan chic. Yeah, you get the point.
I love it.
It's so fun. And then I can try when I want to go crazy. This is a new thing I'm just experimenting with. It's that doing a percussive thing in the thumb while I'm also playing the upper chord voicings in these two fingers and then the bass in the left hand. So here's the upper chords and here's the bass. But then to get the, let me think, pressure's on. Oh.
Very high pressure. They'll take the bass back if you screw it up.
Ooh, that's hard. Things, words that I don't speak, but
which makes it even more impressive that you got that far.
That's how much this song has spoken to me.
I'm like, are there any? I started thinking, I'm like, are there any songs on the because that's that was on the Jackson. Oh, sorry, that song was on the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack. I'm like, are there any other songs in that one that you know?
Oh, there we go. Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far, baby. Just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe.
Remember the day I set you free? I told you you could always count on me, girl. And from that day on, I made a vow I'll be there when you want me, some way, somehow. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough,
Ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe.
oh no, darling.
No wind, no rain, no winter's cold can stop me, baby.
Oh no, darling. 'Cause you are my own. If you're ever in trouble, I'll be there on the double. Just send for me.
Oh, baby, my love is alive,
Woo!
way down in the heart, although we are miles apart.
If you ever need a helping hand, I'll be there on the double as fast as I can. 'Cause baby, there
Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no river low enough, know, this is, I'm glad y'all have witnessed rehearsal and are still sticking around, because we didn't, that's just the first time we spat that one out.
I love all the Motown stuff. That's why I wanted to go to Michigan, was just to be closer to the epicenter. But like, I haven't played any of that stuff on the 6th string yet. And believe it or not, 2 extra strings, high and low, really throw off the equilibrium that I've developed the last 13 years.
Yeah, it's I see someone asking, what do you ladies think about European heavy metal? Do you have any, look, if you have requests, we're happy to learn things that you want to hear. We're aiming for a first, I see, James,
Put James is up there.
James Martini. Look, I got an email notification that you just shot money into my PayPal account, James. So your version of saying that's not bad means you sent me money for that. So thank you. I appreciate, not bad means you sent me a concert ticket amount of money, a cheap concert ticket. But still, thank you. I highly appreciate that.
Yeah, for unrehearsed, just
for unrehearsed. Here's the thing. And like, we're planning on next Sunday, because it's the last day of the month, being the day that we plop down and give you a real, we rehearsed this performance. Anyways, we're gonna call it a
well, I just want to address quickly the European metal. I like all music that is very like inventive or unique or tricky. So like things in odd time signatures or with really wild like harmonies or things, you know, because so much, probably 95% of all music in the West is just 4/4, you know, 4 beats, a kick drum, and not a ton of chords. So anything that gets a little bit complicated. But if you have a specific musical request,
if you have songs you're like, I would really like to see 2 girls with a bass fucking harmonizing on this, shoot, email me, thescibabe@gmail.com. We'll see what we can. If we sound like shit on it, we won't perform it for you, but we'll try.
No genre off limits.
Exactly.
Try it all.
We'll do everything that we can. Wasn't there a Beatles song that we had on the list that I think was not bad that we could kind of sign on to?
Oh yeah. Was that Help? Hard Days.
Was it Hard Day's Night? I think we were trying to figure out the opening chord to that. I don't know if we got very far on that one.
Well, there's much speculation of what it actually is.
Yeah, we sat there trying to figure out the chord.
And then me trying to play it on the bass.
When I get onto you, I find the things that you do will make me feel alright. You know I work all day to get your money, to buy you things, and then it's worth it just to hear you say you're gonna give me everything. So I'm gonna do the wrong, and then I do make me feel alright. We'll get there is what I'm saying. Anyways,
I've never tried to play that song until we had just stumbled upon it the other
when
night.
I'm home, we're gonna sing you some songs. Oh, anyways, this has been delightful. I'm glad it's. Thank you guys for the bass, and again for the chair that I'm looking forward to plopping my ass in, and that I'm gonna shoot. I'll post a picture onto Discord very soon. But I'm gonna. It's what you were saying.
You could plop, and I could hold the camera for that.
I will.
First plop.
There. It's, you know what? There will, onto the Discord will be the picture of the first plop. I'm so excited. I want it. There's a massage component of it, and my butt is excited. You've excited my butt. Normally only Sci-Hubs gets that privilege. I'm just saying. Anyways, shoot us. TVXQ?
The K-pop band that appeals to my sensibility.
We will, I'll learn some Korean for you. I'm in the middle of learning Russian. I'll pick up some Korean for the sake of music. I can do that. Anyways.
Oh, can I join the screen lick today?
Do you want to get yours in first?
Yeah.
Get yours. Hannah is joined. This is the first person who's dared lick this. Do it. I'm so excited. Screen lick from here. Well, I guess we're officially in a band if we're licking screens together. Anyways,
screens and
licking screens. So anyways, sign up. So again, I know I said it earlier, sign up for Patreon. All the links for all the stuff is down below. If you're following this on Facebook and you're like, fuck Facebook, because obviously, well, you can watch it over on the YouTube. I see more of you checking us out over on YouTube and Twitch all the time. Go watch on YouTube. Go watch on Twitch. Obviously, different ways you can support the channel are by money.
Money's a good way, but Patreon is a thing that gets you guys something too, because on Patreon I post the blogs every single day on Patreon too, and sometimes the blogs are extended versions, so they always have a little bitty director's commentary, which is, here's the stuff that happened while I was reading this, and here's the really crazy stuff that didn't fit the narrative, that extra extended blogs anyways. But also you get 2 extra live streams, one of which is an editing session, and one of which is just gabbing and patriotic prank calling of our senators. Ted Cruz is getting a fucking earful. And also we do one non-prank call to one of our elected officials to let them know they're doing a good job and to keep up the hard work. I think we should send some love to Beto O'Rourke this time. I think he did some good work, and we should let him know we appreciate him.
I found out that in Thoreau's day, in the days of Walden Pond, your congressperson...
Thoreau in her free time. That's the type of person I live with. She's wonderful.
Your congressman would send you seeds if you requested them.
I'm just saying.
What has Cruz sent me lately?
A headache. A fucking headache. Anyways, it's sign up for Patreon. Come hang out a bit more. We're maybe we'll throw an extra rehearsal session.
Yes.
Good things happen to wonderful audiences that send us instruments. Oh my God, you guys are just too fucking nice.
This made my Christmas.
This is the email is thescibabe@gmail.com. Indeed, it is the scibabe at gmail.com. I love you guys so much. You have made you've made life fucking better. My husband just commented. I realize now that he's not only sitting here in the same room, but he's in the comments. We truly appreciate the financial support. Yvette appreciates it so much. Y'all don't even know. Yeah, like it's here's the thing. And I'm saying this obviously with him in the room. Like when we it's been an up and down career. Being a freelancer is not easy. As Miss Hannah knows, being an artist, it's like I went from having a stable career as a chemist who showed up every day to a job where I had a 401k and savings and extra money and I got bonuses. I pipetted chemicals for someone and followed and submitted big plans to government agencies. I submitted tests to the EPA. That was the shit that I did. And now I let you guys know interesting things about science with dick jokes. And I am, for a while, I was not producing enough because of depression, because of, squirrel, whatever. Anyways,
you're kicking ass this year.
My husband has been incredibly supportive in knowing that it took me a little while to get my shit together. When some of the writing outlets I was at went down, when things were slower, when I couldn't do as many public speeches that were the mainstay of my income. Anyways, you guys being there for me, both as an audience, as a group of Patreon supporters, as my Muppets, as my archipelago island nation of Seychelles, y'all have been just fucking great. Anyways, I love you in ways that I don't understand. I don't understand it at all.
You've got lots of friends.
I love you all so much, and I will see you on Friday.
I can't wait to see you next week.
I know we're gonna be doing this again. Hitler's got me back. We're gonna
Cranberries and some other good
Cranberries and Beatles and maybe even some Korean.
And the very first original song I've written on this bass.
You gave her a thing that inspired new music.
I know. I wrote a whole new song
for you.
Like within the first few days, because it's just such a paintbrush.
You guys have done neat stuff.
Oh yeah.
She's done neat stuff. There's gonna be neat stuff. I love you guys. We will see you next week. Bye.